What's a question so stupid it gets more complex the more you think about it? Why do they call them fingers? I've never seen them fing. Quote, why does grape-flavored stuff taste like purple and not grapes? On the Ricky Gervais show, Carl Pilkington once came out with, "Do you control your brain or does it control you?" They mocked him, but darn that made me hum. How do magnets work? Okay, yeah, the ICP song the meme comes from is kind of dumb, complaining that scientists ruin the wonder of life by explaining stuff, but have you ever actually dug into the question? Once you get past the elementary school explanation of simple ferromagnetism, it gets rapidly very complex. It's one of the fundamental forces of nature, and there are layers of complexity that you can lose yourself in a career studying. Kind of like studying matter from the subatomic level all the way up through chemistry to biology. Closing parenthesis. I've never been able to land on how time will work if we ever make it to other planets. Literally everything we've established is relatively arbitrary because of our very particular relationship with the sun. 500 gr. Peanuts ingredients. Peanuts warning, contains peanuts. Why? Why is real estate a thing? Is there a fake estate as well? What is the difference between a maze and a labyrinth? If telescopes use mirrors, how do we know there are no space vampires? Flammable, inflammable, non-inflammable. Why are there three? Either a thing flams or it doesn't. Or, what does water taste like? How many grains of sand do you need to make a pile? And #X200BE, are you guys seriously expecting me to believe that if someone pointed and said, "Look at that pile of sand," and it was just 4 grains, stuck together in a pyramid, you'd be all, "Yeah, that's a reasonable usage of the word pile. That's not a pile, that's just some sand." If you could suck your own slong, would it feel more like getting your slong sucked or more like sucking a slong? Edit. Don't really know proper etiquette for addressing the masses, but I wanna thank all you slong suckers for the feedback. Why does the Green Ranger have a dagger that was a flute that sounded like a synthesizer that's trying to sound like a trumpet? And he blew into it with his helmet on. Edit. Hear it in action, too. Thanks for the gold, kind stranger. What would happen if Pinocchio said, "My nose will grow now"? Do half-holes exist? How do you cut a hole in a half? Is the Kool-Aid man the pitcher or the juice? How high up does the sky start? Edit. Posted an off-the-cuff comment on my throwaway and went to bed and welp, I guess this is my main account now. Thanks for all the answers, very thought-provoking. How do you convert a non-binary person to hexadecimal? Edit. Thanks for gold. Why does store-bought lemonade have imitation flavoring, but furniture polish contains real lemon juice? Can cereal be considered as soup? Does a set of all sets contain itself? How are cranes built? Immediate answer is with cranes. But how was the first one built? Which side of a backpack is the front? How do you know that the universe and everything inside it wasn't created last Thursday? Including your memories. Edit. Watch the Vsauce video on it. Did the past really happen? Are we seeing the different colors in our brains but using the same name to them? If I punch myself and it hurts, does that mean I'm weak, or am I strong? If you owned your house and the land that it's on, do you own the land to the center of the earth? Why are most cartoon sons drawn wearing sunglasses? What are they protecting their eyes from? Why do Americans park on driveways and drive on parkways? Do you pronounce the S or the C in the word scent? Edit. Holy wow, this comment blew up. How many holes does a straw have? If you owned a boat made out of wooden planks, and each day you replaced one old plank with a new plank, until all of the old planks have been replaced, is that still your boat? Now, if I took all the old planks, and built an identical ship, which is your original boat? If there was an instant water, what would we mix it with? My grandpa used to always ask me how fast light travels. If I could remember the numbers in the moment, I would tell him. If not, I just said something like faster than anything else. He would then say, "Okay, but how fast does dark travel?" I have thought about this so much over the years. I think my final answer was that it doesn't, it's just always there. But my mind can't just stop with that. Why is it always there? What is it? Is it just nothingness that we have given a name and definition to, simply so we can contrast the existence of light to the absence of light? What would it be if there were no lights to determine it? Does it have a primal form? It was a very simple question that has taken me down too many rabbit holes in my own mind. What is love? Is water wet? I guess the comments just confirm it. Is it weird how saying sentences backwards creates backwards sentences saying how weird it is? If you get shot, you are getting stabbed. When I was a teenager I helped a guy install carpet. He'd grabbed me a $2 drink earlier at my request, and owed me $20 for the day. I told him to give me $18. He refused, insisted that I give him $2, then he gave me $20. That's called business, he said. It was so stupid. I've never been able to make up my mind whether it was actually stupid, though. Also, till stonks. Edit, I'm bad. It all balanced out. Corrected now. Edit 2, apparently my edit is causing confusion as to why it's being said I was ripped off. My initial numbers, which I did correct, would have been a case of me being ripped off. I had mistyped them and have corrected that, so no ripping off now seems apparent. I look forward to finding out what I have now confused that was previously clear, such that a third edit will be needed. The future is full of wonderment and promise. Edit 3, Dear everyone, it was not a matter of having only a $20 bill. I distinctly recall that numerous hot singles were available in that area. Edit 4, added the bit about stonks, strategically placed so as to annoy you, stupid farmer. Edit 5, Dear, you, undeniably pink specifically, see Edit 3. How can mirrors be real when our eyes aren't? Does Mike Wazowski wink or blink? Is 20 a lot? Are oranges called oranges because they are orange, or is orange named orange because oranges are orange? If people dress up as clowns, does that mean that clowns don't actually exist? Someone once asked me why humidity makes you feel hot. And my only answer was BC, it makes it harder to breathe, or maybe your skin can't breathe. But why exactly does water in air make people feel hotter? I honestly don't know. Would a hot minute actually be longer than an actual minute, since things expand in heat? Who is the first Pokémon? What if you were only turned on by your own flaccid slong? Did Indiana Jones contribute nothing to Raiders of the Lost Ark? The Nazis still would have found the Ark, opened it and died. Why is Gamora? What's up? Trees and buildings and mountains and the sky are above us, sure, but we're on a sphere. Does up ultimately mean out? And if so, what happens when we run into something? When does up, according to Earth, become down, according to that other non-Earth celestial body? Is up just a quirk of our perception of gravity? Oh. Nothing much. What are you doing? When bald people wash their face, how far do they go up? How long is a piece of string? Has anyone really been far even as decided to use even go want to do look? Why does unlockable mean unable to be locked and able to be unlocked? My belt holds my pants up, but the belt loops hold my belt up. I don't really know what's happening down there. Who is the real hero? Mitch Hedberg. What is the purpose of life? And #X200B, edit, why are you guys trying to answer this question? It's not the purpose of the thread, you're all proving my point, though. What do you want to eat? Edit, thank you kind stranger. Here's a list. If I were to describe the dirt on Earth I would call it Earth. If I do the same for Mars would I still call it Earth, or would I call it Mars? My roommate and I argued until 3 a.m. about this. His stance was that Earth is a colloquialism for dirt everywhere, including Mars. Have you ever had a dream that you had, you could, you'll do, you want, you could do so, you'll do, you could, you want them to do you so much you could do anything? If the Earth is flat, why is my life consistently going downhill? Do your dogs have a name for you? Almost every human on Earth is host to some type of parasite, even in first world countries. It requires roughly 8 pounds of force to remove a human ear. A dentist in China was once executed for comparing mangoes to a sweet potato. Real life not fun fact, after a vasectomy there are still healthy living sperms in your semen. You'll have to ejaculate for about 50 times before you are out of them. There are more tigers kept inhumanely in the backyards of America than there are tigers left in the wild, 4,000 approximately in wild, 6,000 approximately in captivity. There is such a thing as masturbating too much. Many reported cases of patients coming in with gangrene on their dongs and testes because they jerked it so much they made abrasions and skin tears on their manhoods. Their entire pride would turn dark purple and black. Some have even died of sepsis because of this. So TLDR to my hormonal friends, don't wank yourself to death. Airbud died of cancer in 1998. In some parts of Australia 90% of koalas are suffering with chlamydia, which is threatening extinction of the species unless a vaccine is developed or massive koala culling happens. Sad face. A cat's slong is sharply barbed along its shaft. The average person walks past 11 murderers in their life. Oregano can legally have 1,250 bug bits in it every 10 grams. Dolphins have been known to violently rape female dolphins in groups. There's a deep-sea fish, forgot the actual name, but the male fuses into the female till there is basically nothing left of him. All for the sake of reproduction.